Hi guys, welcome to the museum again. And I just recorded my Star Ray video and that one made me feel so disappointed that I thought, let's put these awful feelings to good use and put a relic in our museum. And this must be the entry that takes the cake for the amount of incoherent nonsense surrounding it, because today it's time to play Nightwalk, which is a stupid title for a game, and the backstory immediately diverts from the game title by saying on the box, and read along with me, in a faraway galaxy, on the planet Libra, in a time known as the Age of the Ever-Living Ones, the eternal battle between the forces of good and evil rages, devastating the land of the young, your homeland. Legend says that a warrior will come to unite all the tribes in the land of the young into a mighty army. But before that, he must be tested by the druids to ensure he's fit for the task. Okay, so legend says the warrior will come. He comes, but you want to throw him in front of a few druids before he's fit for the task. Okay, I guess. But what does that have to do with walking at night? Absolutely nothing. And neither does that box art of a wannabe Rambo lookalike who's supposed to be this warrior in a desert full of skeletons and floating rocks, and all this at daytime, not night. And he's being grabbed by something, but still he insists to point his arrow somewhere completely different, and it's also not accurate because, as we will soon see, an enemy even thinking of touching you will immediately kill you in the game, so he will be long gone by the time this picture was taken. And it's I already feel furious and haven't even started playing the game yet. It's just an absolutely awful stinker, this one, so let's just start and just get it over with before my head explodes. And I decided to skip the loading of the game to get straight into this horrifically ugly and completely silent title screen. This title screen looks like an attempt at getting as many annoying colors of text in the same screen at the same time. It's absolutely horrific, and why do people still proudly put their names on this junk? I really don't understand it. And who is this central figure who has absolutely nothing to do with this game whatsoever? I mean, he is not in the game, he is not on the box, he is not in the backstory. What is this skeleton without a face doing here? It looks like Skeletor from He-Man was going to make a cameo in this game, but as soon as he realized how horrible this piece of crap was going to be, he insisted that they remove his face. And I can also imagine how this screen was finished. There were people going out saying, "Are you ready to get lunch with us, Mr. Lynch?" And he went, "Well, I still have to draw a really cool moon to finish this title screen." "Oh, but we are going out for kebabs." "Oh, say no more. In that case, no, I just finished coming." And this is what we ended up with. It's just, I can draw a better moon than this, and I have absolutely no talent. And the worst thing of it all is, the in-game graphics make this title screen actually seem like a work of art. It's that horrific. So, shall we have a go at the gameplay then? Well, I'm gonna be really honest, I really don't want to, but I'm afraid I'm just going to have to, because I started this museum and I'm going to go to endure this pain so you don't have to. Let's get into the game. And here we are. And for some reason our hero has changed into some purple onesie. I have no idea why. And I'm just thinking, how is this possible? And I'm already in a losing situation, because that enemy, I had absolutely no time to turn around and shoot him, and he just got out of the ground like out of nowhere. So there was no way for me to anticipate that, and I already lost one of the lives. And this is the entire game. This is the entire gameplay. You just walk around really slowly. You try to fire arrows. Whenever you fire an arrow, you have to wait until the arrow leaves the screen, which I was going to show you. And then, of course, this zombie came to the back that already killed me. Because, yes, I fired at him, but he was actually killing me while his death animation was still playing. This is just... And you keep getting into these unwinnable situations. This game is so poorly designed. I mean, it's really... This is textbook poor gameplay design. I'm already going to my last life. Just because I came into these unwinnable situations. And all I'm thinking while walking very slowly at night. So yeah, this gameplay actually is the only part that's loyal to the game title. And I'm just thinking, how is this possible? How is it possible that a game from 1988 looks and sounds like this? I mean, it's not the worst sounding game in the museum, because it has more than one sound effect. I will give him that. But it's just... it looks and sounds so awful that no amount of good gameplay was ever going to save this game, but the gameplay is even the worst part. It's just, I mean, yeah, look, even if I go up the stairs, he just walks backwards for some reason. So even the animations are poorly designed, and yeah, now some ghosting is... What? Why did I die? I think I know why I died. I will try to explain later. It's just... But this is it. This is the entire game. My last death animation isn't even played. I just get into this very generic out of place game over screen, and boom, I'm back in the title screen. And this is the entire game. And this is also the only level in the entire game. You just have to get to the end of this graveyard, and that's it. And you are constantly haunted by these zombies spawning right behind you, which means if there's also an enemy in front of you, because you cannot move until your arrow either leaves the screen or kills an enemy, you have no time to turn around. You come into this unwinnable situations, which is totally unfair and just a textbook super poor gameplay design. Yeah, and the bat doesn't even have a death animation for some reason. But and this game is so boring. Here also I mean, luckily this enemy's weapon also disappears when I kill him, because there would be no way to dodge that bullet or boulder or whatever it is he's firing at me. Because again, you have to, if you shoot an arrow, you have to wait until it leaves the screen or kills an enemy. Which means you don't have time to turn around when you have to. And again, see what happens there is I have to duck to dodge these, but when you fire an arrow, he gets up. When the arrow leaves the screen, he gets up and then he ducks again. And if that happens while the enemy is there, you immediately die. This game is full of textbook poor gameplay design decisions. So it's just, and yeah, he's not really ducking, he's just getting through his knees and bowing his head in shame. Like, I feel so sorry to be in this game, and he feels so guilty that's I have to play this. But here, yeah, you have to time your ducking and your shooting, because if you actually kill the bee while the other enemy is right above you, he gets up and you die. It's just, how can you make a game that is so poorly designed? And we haven't gotten to the worst part yet, because, oh, stupid ghost, leave me alone. At least they keep flying at the same level. I gotta give him that. Yeah, and then we have another enemy where I have to climb the ladder. I cannot dodge him. But luckily this one is killed quite easily. Yeah, it reminds me of Little Shop of Horrors, to be honest. Was it that movie? I think it was that movie. I never even saw it fully. But now, yeah, we have a part where I have to dodge these arrows and jump them. And as you can see, I cannot jump and walk at the same time. For some reason. Unknown to me. Did I jump too early? Yep, I jumped too early. And the problem is also, I cannot fire an arrow, fire an arrow and dodge these things at the same time. So a lot of the time you just get into this, see, if I jump first and then I can move slightly. So you have to time your enemy with the arrow coming from the bottom, because if I have to jump the arrow, I cannot fire at my enemy. So it also leads to an unwinnable situation. And to be fair, I've never gotten this far in the game. But we're back to zombies again, who of course spawn in front of me and to the back of me, and that one again killed me while the death animation was playing. And how am I supposed to progress here? I mean, and I'm actually doing surprisingly well. But now it gets really difficult, because yeah, there's so much to kill, so much. I shouldn't walk towards my enemies while I kill them, because they're, oh yeah, I'm in an unwinnable situation again, because there was absolutely no way I was going to kill that enemy in time. And of course, because I hit him while the other enemy was above my head, I immediately got killed instantly. This is the most poorly designed game. I mean, I've complained about a lot of gameplay in any games, but this one takes the cake. It is really no. I don't want to play anymore. I hate this game. It's just absolutely awful in every single way. And I could not find any pricing information on this game, but frankly, no matter how low budget it may have been, this was a commercial release, and I think we can all agree that this game should never ever have been released, ever. This game is just an incoherent, nonsensical piece of junk where every part of it is just awful. It has an awful story, awful graphics, awful sound, even more awful gameplay and an awful box art. And even the ending of the game is just very awful. And I couldn't show you the ending because I couldn't be bothered to practice more, because that will mean playing the game more. But the ending of this game is as boring as the game itself. I would say, if you want to enjoy retro gaming without torturing yourself, stay away from this one. I am now going to go into some anger therapy for a bit, but I would just like to thank you for watching.